want to feel supported on your healing journey? Well, perhaps aerial yoga is the thing for you. Hi, I'm Hannah, a seasoned yoga teacher who specializes in aerial yoga therapy. In this practice, we use the hammock as a tool to provide alignment, comfort, and support during our healing journey. The hammock can serve as a safe space for us to have a really wonderful effect on down-regulating our nervous system with gentle rocking and massaging, the ability to support the body through movement. We can learn to trust our bodies again and find joy through movement. I just wanted to let you know that I'm part of the Aerial Therapeutics teacher training team at Creative Body Flow. We offer virtual teacher training courses all year round, giving you the chance to work closely with your clients using the hammock as a therapeutic tool for overall well-being. To find out more, sign up for our trainings starting in 2024. Do go ahead and click the links that I'll provide in the description box below. Today's practice will be mostly done at a slow, calm pace to help us relax and activate the parasympathetic system. Today is a restorative practice, so you're going to need your hammock down really nice and low. I've gone just about an inch, no more, from the floor with the length of my fabric. When I'm standing with one foot inside the fabric, you'll see that it will push down as I bring my weight into it. You could have it literally a millimeter off the earth when you have your weight in the fabric. Try not to go too high. It is a restorative practice and there will be some back bending happening quite early on in our practice today. So I'm going to have my back to you. This angle will guide you a little easier than seeing the front of me. So turning my back to you right now, I'm coming to one side of the fabric and I'm just going to bring my arms around the outside edge, bring my palms together through the center, and then take a single wrist wrap of the fabric, roughly shoulder height. And then I'm going to start to walk back, give a little tension to my fabric, bend a little through those knees, firmly grip the fabric, soften now the grip as I start to walk the feet forwards and bring my hips to the earth. At that point, I'm going to release the double wrist wrap and go ahead and lie all the way down. I'm going to now just shuffle and shimmy my hips roughly under that center point plumb line. I want to catch my ankles in the fabric as an ankle wrap or an ankle trap. So I just put a little extra layer of clothes on as we're going nice and slow and steady today. And it's quite chilly in the room that I'm in. And I know that my temperature is going to stay cool in today's practice. So just starting to become aware of your back body laying on the ground or a mat. Just noticing the gentle tilt of the legs being a little higher, feet higher than hips. And let's begin by adding a few little gentle sways here. See if you can just let a little bit of momentum take over. So there's not a whole lot of control. Just to get things started, we had to activate a little through the core, but then it's just mostly momentum here. Just feeling into a sense of looseness and ease through hips and lower back and the glutes. And then spread the arms a little bit wider, and I invite you to bring the knees over to one side and then lengthen the legs through center and bring the knees over to the second side. So either side, try to keep things slow paced. So perhaps now no longer it's momentum necessarily. You are controlled through the slowness and the steadiness of your action here. Can you remember which side you started on? Go ahead and pause and then bring the top leg out and just stag the legs. Let the top foot drop towards the ground. Don't worry if the knee is not touching the earth. If it feels comfy, turn the head the opposite direction to the knees for another breath or two here. And then slip that ankle back inside of the fabric and change it to the second side. And release that top ankle. Bring the foot out of the fabric. Stag the legs. If it feels comfy, turning the gaze the opposite direction to the legs. Stay for another breath or two. And then bringing that ankle inside of the fabric and come back through center. So we're going to bring the feet a little closer and then keeping the feet off the ground, see if you can find one edge of your fabric near the back of the knees, the back of those thighs. And I'm just going to now bring my feet inside of the fabric. So I've still got hold of that edge that's closest to me. And now I'm just trying to find my way inside the fabric with my feet. You don't want your feet too close towards that front edge near your hips. You want your feet sort of at least halfway in towards the opposite edge of the fabric. So now you just want to check whether you are very far away from plumb line or not. I'm not too bad, but I'm going to just do a little tug of the back edge of the fabric, pull down, and just a little shimmy of my weight goes towards plumb line. So do make sure you're roughly under plumb line with your hips. I naturally went there by pulling down, lifting head, shoulders, and I've ended up at plumb line. It really didn't mean that I had to move that much then at all. So I'm going to push my feet into the fabric really firmly so that I can lift the hips high enough to scoot and push, or pull I should say, the fabric underneath the buttocks. I'm aligning the fabric like a low belt or a low pair of pants that I might be wearing, trousers for those English followers. So pulling with my hands, pushing with my feet, I lift the hips high enough to scoot the fabric like a skirt just over the buttocks, and then just pausing roughly where my yoga pants are, and then extending through the legs, known as our swan pose. So the legs are inside of the fabric, the hands can release, and here we're just going to pause for a moment. I'm going to explore adding on a little more sensation. For me, I'm going to actually try to bring my body towards the direction of my head. So everything will move in the direction of my head. And that will add a little more extra traction on the lumbar and the spine. So it could be that you do a little wiggle through your body on the ground. And for me, that's added just a little extra sensation in the back body, roughly near the hips. Arms can relax beside you. If you feel like you want to add sensation, you can widen them or bring your arms overhead. And then again, just see if you can avoid loads of core activating, but see if you can start to sway those feet side to side. So to initiate, it is going to be a little active core, and then see if you can just let momentum take over here. So we're seeing if we can create absolute ease through our core. It is very difficult for us to really let go of tensing the body. So I'm inviting you to let go here, to see if we can soften so that the nervous system has a chance, so that we can come into the parasympathetic nervous system. Maybe close the eyes and count your inhales and exhales for a full 3 more rounds. Let momentum still, completely let go now, and just let yourself come completely to stillness. Open up the eyes, and you're going to gently bring your feet out through the opposite side. Bring your feet to the earth, and then again grab that back edge near your head, pull down and bring yourself to plumb line. So I just lifted my torso, my head off the earth, and I gently drew to center without any force. And then I'm going to sway my knees one side and actually maybe kick that knee up a little bit and grab hold, same hand and leg, both pillars or both edges of the fabric, and the same thing on the other side. So now you have got both pillars of fabric. This part can be a little bit tricky. Just a little pointer here: if you need to lift the hips higher than you can at this moment, grab 2 blocks and place them under your feet for next time. Otherwise, press down really firmly onto the earth with your feet, lift the hips so that you can now pull the whole piece of fabric under the buttocks. And again, we're going to align the fabric like a really low pair of yoga pants that you're wearing. So the buttocks are on one side and your shoulders and your lower spine are on the other side. And then again, I'm going to hold onto the fabric and pull myself towards my feet. I'm going to walk my feet a little forwards, push down through my feet, lift myself up and scoot my torso so that my belly button is more aligned with plumb line now rather than my hips. I want to grab hold of the fabric and then lift one knee to center, hover, and see if you can start to find fulcrum point, which is that balance under plumb line. You'll be lifting the second leg in a moment, so when you feel ready, engage the core, lift so you've got both knees together under plumb line. So just take your time with this, keep your big toes touching. You want to lean the knees a little away from your head and then widen them and pull your knees back around the outer edges of the fabric, and then bring your ankles around the front edge, which is where your face is. So you should be able to see your ankle, your feet around that front edge of the fabric. And then if you want to, you can monkey grip here or just soles of feet together and allow those heels to gently drop down towards the hips. You're not pulling or forcing, just let gravity do its job here. Maybe you want to spread the arms at this point if you feel secure, and then a little sway of those hips from side to side. So for some of us, this is enough. But for some of us, we might like to do a little mountain climber with our legs. I'm going to monkey grip my ankles, which means to hook and wrap the ankles around, the feet around. And then I'm going to push one foot up the length of the fabric with the ankle still hooked. And that foot or the leg that's lengthened, I want to now drive that hip forwards as I'm pulling it diagonally across. And then gently rebend the leg, come to center. Same on the other side. I want to push my hip and pull it sort of forwards diagonally towards me. And then rebend the leg. You might like to try that again. I'm actually going to point my toes this time and push my leg down as I rotate. And bend the leg. And then again, second side. And rebend the legs. You might like to try that a couple more times or just come through to stillness. I'm going to hang out here for another 3 breaths. Here we are in a inversion, but it's a supported inversion where we have our back body still supported by the earth. In this moment, blood will be drawing away from those toes, circulation will be working here, and the blood is drawing towards head and heart. I invite you to take hold of the fabric once again, just under the ankles, and then bring one ankle around and one ankle around, big toes to touch. I'm going to get you to bring the knees back together underneath plumb line into what we refer to as plum pose. And then I'm going to pull down on the fabric and draw the knees towards my face, rolling slowly down through the hips to the earth, and once again into our ankle trap, bringing the feet away from us. You might choose to snuggle all the way into the fabric or stay here for Savasana. Maybe one hand to heart, one hand to belly, or the arms wide. Your choice. Settle in. I do hope today's practice helped you connect with your physical body in a nurturing way. In case you didn't know, I'm a member of the Aerial Therapeutics teacher training team at Creative Body Flow, and we offer virtual teacher training courses throughout the year, giving you the opportunity to work closely with your clients and use the hammock as a therapeutic tool for overall well-being. To learn more and sign up for our training starting in 2024, please click on the links provided in the description box below. thank you for watching this video and I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like it below, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. Not only will this keep you up to date with my offerings, but will keep content like Tula being free and accessible to all.